My name is Bolt Wilton. We used to live in New Orleans, Louisiana, but we moved to Pittsburgh to start a new church. This is our story.
I was born in Louisiana. So were my brothers and sister. And while we were growing up there, we all helped my dad, his name is Rob Wilton, start a new church. It was called Vintage Church.
It was an incredible journey, no doubt. God was super kind to us. We saw so many people reached by the gospel of Jesus Christ.
After 10 years at our church in New Orleans, God started to let my dad know he wanted us to move to a new place.
God presented an opportunity for us to plant again in the city of Pittsburgh with the incredible Send network of the North American Mission Board.
It's pretty great, but still, moving to Pittsburgh felt like a pretty big ask. My brothers and sister had never lived anywhere but New Orleans, and our church here was the only one we had ever known. It's not easy leaving your only home and your friends and going someplace completely different.
The first time I heard about Pittsburgh, I was scared to death. My family and I had never been to Pittsburgh. We hardly knew what it meant to live in snow.
For my dad, it was hard to leave a church that he'd been a part of since its beginning, and a church where he'd seen so many people decide to follow Jesus. And yet, he knew. We all knew. Moving to Pittsburgh was what God wanted.
But my grandfather said God's call trumps all, and we know that at the core, the absolute best place to be at is in the center of God's will for your life.
Once we saw Pittsburgh, once we saw all the churches that needed help and all the people who still needed to hear about Jesus, we knew that this is where we needed to be.
We immediately not only fell in love with the city, but our hearts broke for the city. And God called us to move our lives from New Orleans to the city of Pittsburgh to plant, again, another vintage church.
So we packed up all our stuff and moved our entire lives to Pittsburgh. Me, my mom, my dad, my brothers, and my sister. And I had to find a new place to ride my skateboard.
Hey guys, that's how we got here. Next time, I'm going to tell you a little bit about where we moved.